Okay guys, I'm recording this video at 5:30 in the morning, a lot earlier than I normally create these videos, and the reason I'm doing this is because we're at a key level right now. Now typically I short resistance and I long support. We are at a very critical resistance level, and I'm going to show you how critical of a resistance level this is. Now this video is going to be, the first part of this is just TA covering your key levels, why this is such a key level that I will be shorting. If we hold above, why I will go long. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial with coincatch. Now, the reason I haven't put out the entire tutorial for coincatch is because I requested that they add some new features. They are going to implement those features, and they will be live in October. That's when I'll do that entire coincatch video. Also, with some trading techniques and charting techniques, which I'll add to it. But I do want to show you some features that they will be adding, and just a really quick rundown of safer ways to trade, and how to set up, adjust your stop loss and entering a trade. So we're going to cover all of that. But the first thing we need to do is we need to cover why we're such a critical level right now. Again, it does not matter if you're bullish or bearish, but I think it's important to play the levels. The levels tell you what's going to happen. By the way, guys, if you want to sign up for coincatch, remember, coincatch is a no KYC. If you want to sign up, that link's pinned in the first comment description. Also, BingX is another option I have there if you want to sign up. BingX is KYC, but it's a great exchange too. Okay, so in Discord, I made a post. I was talking about this parallel channel we were in. And I said, look, this looked pretty accurate to me based on the wicks. This gave us the bottom of this channel. You had horizontal support, so 63,000 around the area would be an ideal point too long. We did drop down to that point. And I was also showing, hindsight's 2020, but I was just showing you using these parallel channels. You could have just drawn a line over this line right here, pulled it down, and that would have given you this bottom wick. Notice we had perfect touch here, here, and here, so that would have been a way to find this point, but ultimately 63,000 did hold, and we're pushing up, and now we are testing critical resistance, and this is where you guys have to decide how you're going to play this. Now, if you are long from below, all right, hold your long, because it's very possible we broke above this point. If we do, I have a feeling that and remember what I said, guys, I've been saying this in previous videos. When we hold above this orange macro trend line as support, I get bullish. As long as we're below this, I'm bearish. I will be shorting around 66K with the stop above. That's how I play it, guys. I short resistance, I long support. I think this is an ideal point to short. That being said, if we hold above this point as support, well, we have some levels above to pay attention to, but I think once we get above this point, I think it's a done deal, and we know we're going much higher. So I'm going to give you those levels to pay attention to. So right now, we are above a fib channel line. Now, you'll notice that we got this wick, right? Now, we did catch this in Discord. We shorted this point, just a scalp short. I would have been more bullish had we got a daily open above this fib channel line, this one right here. We did not. We got a daily open below, but we are pushing up, all right? So your current support right now on the daily is right around, this daily candle is 65,400. Next daily candle is around 65,500. If we push up, guys, this daily candle, all right, 66,200 is going to be a critical resistance level. It does not mean we cannot wick above, but that is the point I want to short. We're close to it now. Now, again, like I said, if you're bullish, hold your long. You don't have to short. I'm not telling anyone to long or short or sell or buy. I'm just showing you the levels. I'm going to break down why this is such a key level. And you can see this arrow I have up here. Now, this is your next level to pay attention to. This is the H1 chart. You see your current resistance right now, and this is how we caught that short, guys. I keep trend lines on the chart. Notice this trend line goes back here. Let's see. You can see this was support, support, support. It was like support and resistance. Notice that we were kind of chopping, right? And if you notice over here, that same line, right? If you just follow it, you can see it became resistance, 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 all right? So always keep your trend lines on the chart, because price will respect it. So not only do we have our trend lines, we also have our fib channel lines. That would be this line right here. I just have a white line outlining. So this is a key resistance level. We're kind of above it right now. Notice we're getting rejected at that trend line. Again, always keep your trend lines on the charts, because price will respect them later on. So I can tell you right now, We are kind of above this point, but your key resistance right now, or potentially support, we'll see, is 65,700. This is on the hourly. Looks like we're coming back down. We got rejected at this trend line. So again, pay attention to 65,700 around that area. If we get rejected, your next support level below, this is just a trend line. Notice the resistance here at 64,754. It was resistance again at 64,615. So this could potentially be a point to open a scalp long. I would not put much faith in that just because it's a small trend line. Your most critical support just below on the hourly is right down here around potentially 63,900, and obviously you can see this this is just a trend line, resistance, 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 flipped as support, and we pushed up. Well, if we bring this out a little bit, you can see, well, this is a key level to pay attention to. So if we do get a strong rejection, your most critical support just below on the hourly would be down around 61,500. Obviously that gets higher as you move along because this is an upward angle. Now, we do have a line just above. Now, we do have these are just trend lines price has been respecting. So you got rejecting 66,000. And again, depends when you make contact, depends on the price. But your next key level above is around 67,800, and that is a very critical level, and I'll show you why that is the case. Let me leave this here. We will get to the coincatch, and again, this is going to be a brief tutorial for coincatch, and I'll show you the changes you're going to add. But I do want to cover these key levels and tell you we are at a critical point. It's time to make a decision, guys. Bullish, bearish, or just wait and see how it plays out. But as I mentioned, 66,200, that is a point that I want to open a short. I would love to make contact with it. There's some liquidity there. You know, I'm considering opening a short and then you know, just putting my stop above. You can use lower margin. We're going to cover this in the little tutorial section into this video. But your next key level above is up around 67,800. And remember, I just showed you that on this chart, 67,800. This is a very key level on the hourly. This is the H1 chart. Remember, guys, you can get access to all these live charts and Discord. If you want to sign up, the link's pinned in the first comment script. It's optimarkcrypto.com. If you do sign up, make sure you email me through the website. You can't pay with USDT, but you need to email me through the website. So, as I mentioned, 67,800. And I said, look, if we get above 66,000, all right, now this could come out a number of ways. I will be shorting this point because I short resistance and I long support. Now I'm going to break down why this line is so important and possible scenarios. So let's go to this chart. So as I've told you before, guys, as long as we are below this orange line, go back and watch previous videos. I'm bearish below this orange macro trend line. Whenever we get above it, I get bullish, and it's no coincidence that it just so happens. Now I put this, now this is the pattern I think we're in right now. It looks pretty obvious now. I know we've got wicks above, wicks below, but this is the pattern it looks like we're in to me. And we're right up near resistance. And it just so happens, now I think this line matches pretty well. Notice we got perfect rejection here. We got perfect rejection around here, here. Nice rejection here. We got some wicks above, but the meat of the candle is below. So to me, that looks like the top of this pattern. And that's right at this orange trend line. This macro trend line goes back since the beginning of Bitcoin. So to me, this looks like an ideal point to short. Now, obviously, if you're long from below, hold your long. We do not have to get rejected here. If we push above this and hold as support, guys, well, that's bullish. That means we're breaking up from a pattern, but keep in mind, we've had some scam wicks before and came back down. The ghosted line just above, this is more just kind of showing the top of the wicks. You know, we could push up to that point and get rejected. But I do think if we hold above with at least the daily candle above this point, I think that is bullish. But again, like I said, you have to decide what you want to do. I want to short this point because I think it's safer to short resistance. If you want to wait, you can see if we push above it, hold as support, and then go long. So let me give you these price labels here. So like I said, to me, this is a very key level. This is a point I was short. On my charts, red means short. So again, we're talking, you know, this orange line sitting at 66,200. The white line's up around 66,700, around that area. So again, this is a point that I want to short. Now, again, if we get above that point, take note of this yellow trend line right here, it's macro trend line. It goes back since the beginning of Bitcoin, a very key level. keep in mind our previous high, this line right here marks off this previous high, right? And that is right around 72,652. So if we break above, right, we get above 66,500, hold support, more than likely what will happen, we'll push up, probably get rejected, come back down, hold support, we'll push up, test our previous high. Typically what happens when you test a previous high, everybody will short that, at least a scalp short. You'll come down, you'll test a critical support, maybe 68,127. Maybe we retest the support level here around 66,200. Again, very strong support. We'll push back up, break above this resistance, and then we go much higher. That is a possibility, but still, this is the area I want to short. If we do drop, all right, your next support level below will be this macro red trend line. I would use it more as a reference. Below this point is very bearish to me, around 59,554, but that is a support level to pay attention to. Now, if we do get a major rejection in this pattern and we're coming back down to test the bottom of it, well, we know this is going to be a critical support. Let's just pull this out just a bit. You know that this, and then we have wicks below, but this looks like it's pretty accurate to me. Just going by the meat of the candle, where some of these wicks made perfect contact, especially right here. So you know this is going to be very strong support around 49,000 to 50,000. And we know that because if we zoom out, we can see that. You can see these green lines right here. You can see that this was resistance, 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 flipped out support. So that resistance level, right, comes all the way out here, right? So that's right around 49,300. And you have your support. So this was a pattern we broke up from. This was your support, 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 support. So that line right here will also become support. That's around 49,900, around 50,000. So again, you have a lot of support, right around 50,000 down to 49,000. Ideal point to go long if we get a rejection at that point. Now, as far as why this orange line is so important to me, as I said, and we're going to show you, so far, now we're testing, we're getting very close. We do have some liquidity around 66,000, 66,200. To me, this looks like an ideal point to short. We get above that, hold, then go long. But to me, again, I think it's an ideal point to short. Notice how well we respect these lines. This orange line was resistance. It was perfect support. We did get a wick below. Notice it was support here. We got a slight rejection here. It became support. We got a rejection here. We pushed above it. Ultimately got rejected. And now we're about to test not only this orange macro trend line, but the top resistance level of this pattern we're in. But if we measure how much we dropped so far from this point, if we measure, let's just say from this point, this was on the 2nd of August. And we measured down, once we broke that point, we came down a total of, let's say, 20 to 21%. Take note, we did get close to that orange ring. Didn't quite make it. We got to bounce from that point. Just pointing that out. I mean, that ring did come into play. But again, we're at critical resistance. Again, I think it's safer to short. But I want to show you historically how this orange line has played out. Now remember, we've only dropped about 20% from this, at most 20%. And if we get rejected here and come back down and test this, this is about a 24% drop. So again, the risk to reward shorting this point to me looks like shorting this seems like the smarter play. Could get a scan wick above, but you could do a long hedge, a short hedge. We'll cover that in just a minute in that little quick tutorial for coincatch. But if we go back and we look, this was on the 12th of June 2022. Look how much we dropped when we broke this. See, we got those scan wick below, but when we dropped below this point, this orange macro trend line, we dropped a total of close to 45%. We go further back. All right, this is back in 2019. This is, and keep in mind, this is September 23rd, right? And if we measure it, when we broke it, notice we came back up. You know, we did drop. Notice we came back up. We tested it as resistance, then got rejected. But when we broke that orange trend line, oh, I have to zoom out so I can show you. Hold on. So we broke that orange trend line. We dropped a total of 60, almost 62%. We can go back further. This was in 2018, September 5th. Take note, September again. When we broke it, we dropped a total of, that was 54%. So again, we have major drops every time we drop below that orange macro trend line. Notice it was resistance, support, resistance. It's a very key level to pay attention to when we're testing it right now. We're right at it. So again, you decide what you want to do. I will be opening a short. I'm not stupid, guys. If we hold above this as support, I will go long and ride it up to 73,600 around the area, open a scalp short, come back to support, go long. If we hold above this point, then hey, we're already super bullish. But again, I think it's safer to short resistance. I'm just showing you we're at that level now. This is a very key level. Again, you're close to resistance, risk to reward. Shorting it, I think, is a safer play. If we hold above it, then again, that's bullish. We're headed much higher. And I do think this is the pattern that we're in, regardless of the wicks above. So that is how I see it playing out. That's why I want to make sure I got this video up. So let me make sure you have your levels to pay attention to. If we do come back down, I want to show you your key support levels just below. Obviously, you have the bottom of this channel somewhere around 63,400. The next key fib line below around 62,000. Take note, this is the center of Bollinger Band on the daily, moving up to this point, just to show you why 62,000 around that area could be a key support level. But the most important thing, guys, is we're coming up on a point where either we're going to get a strong rejection or we're going to hold above it. And I do believe once we hold above this point, I think we're already bullish, meaning more than likely we'll push up, we'll hit our resistance level, come back down, hold support, and then go much higher. As I said, bullish above orange macro trend line, bearish below. And I think that pretty much covers your target. So pay attention, 65,761 on the hourly, and these are your upside targets. 67,800, again, no coincidence, 67,800 is pretty much, you know, right up here around where these two lines intersect. So again, very key level. It's up to you how you want to play it, but I will be shorting that. And again, if we push above and hold, I will go long. So let me cover a few things, guys. So again, I'm going to make, as I've been telling you guys, I'm going to make a coincatch tutorial from beginning to end. You know, transferring funds in and showing you how to move to futures account, all the different features in coincatch, as well as some trading techniques and some charting techniques to make sure you're more profitable and you have less loss, because that's the point of trading, is to make money and not lose money. But before I make that tutorial, I did have a conference call. I contacted coincatch and I said, look, I want to have some features added to coincatch. Now, if you're a seasoned trader, it's not a big deal, but if you're new, you know, these tools do come in handy. So they have agreed to make these changes. I'll just leave this up and you can read it. But one of the most important things, you know, they have a calculator where you can go in and you can actually put in, you know, how much you're, you know, what price you're entering, you know, what price you want to close, and you can kind of figure out how much you can make or lose. But I want to actually be able to see how much I'm going to make with my take profit, how much I can lose on my stop loss. I want that feature added. They're going to add it. Another thing, and this is something that Bigot doesn't have, is when you enter a trade with a stop loss and a take profit, they're locked. You can't move it until you go in and manually type in your take profit and stop loss. I want it to where that can be dragged on the chart as soon as you put it in. So I'm going to show you these features and just show you a few things with coincatch. So let's cover this really quick. So first thing right off the bat, now again, coincatch is no KYC. When I create my account, I use an email address. This way I could create multiple coincatch accounts. Again, guys, if you do want to sign up for coincatch, that link is pinned in the first comment and description. And remember, they are no KYC. So the first thing right off the bat, if you want to start trading, my suggestion to you, now this is real money, this is USDT. So when you start trading this, so if you when you transfer money into coincatch, it probably be in your spot account. You have to transfer money from your spot account. I use USDT Futures. That's where you're trading USDT using USDT to trade, Bitcoin, Ethereum, other coins like that. I like trading the USDT because it's stable. If you use coin and futures using Bitcoin to trade, let's say Ethereum or other coins that fluctuate, that could be at your advantage, because if one goes higher, it makes more profit. If it goes lower, then it could be less profit. That's why I like trading with stablecoin. That's why I like trading with USDT. So let's just cover a few things, guys. So first of all, if you're going to trade, my suggestion to you, go up under USDT and futures. Right now I'm trading under USDT and futures, which is real money. That's why it says USDT. If you click on USDT and futures demo, now you are trading with fake money as USDT. I suggest you always do this first. Get used to the tools. Find out how much, when you put in a trade, how much you can make, how much you can lose. That way you're not using real money. You're learning the platform. You're getting used to it. And if you do get below, they give you $3,000 right off the bat of SUSDT. If you get below $1,000, you can request more money so you can continue trading to learn the features. For this, I'm actually trade with regular money because I have more in here, and I could just show you how some of this stuff works. So first of all, so if you want to chase a trade, now this is one feature that I want to have added, and they said they will add. So if we're under market, and let's say that, so market just means whatever price is currently at. Now you can see prices right now at 65,768. So if I open a long or a short, it's going to pretty much start at that price. So let's say I want to open a short and I'm under market. By the way, cross, let's cover this really quick. So what cross means is you're using everything in your futures account as collateral. As long as you're using a stop loss, you're protecting your assets, all right? But cross gives you more options. That allows you to add to your trade, do a hedge short or hedge long. Isolated means whatever you put into your trade, that is the most you can lose. And obviously if your trade goes the correct way, you can make money. But again, cross, if you don't use a stop loss, you risk losing everything in your futures account. So just practice, use a stop loss, guys, to protect yourself. There's no reason to ever get liquidated. Leverage, pretty straightforward. You come up here and you click on leverage, and you adjust your leverage to whatever you want. So let's just put it at 20x for now, hit confirm. So now I'm at 20x, I'm under market. So if I want to open a short, which right now we're at resistance, so we'll have to see how it plays out. The point of this is to show you how some of these features work. So if you're chasing trades, all right, now keep this in mind. So some people like to just be ready to chase a trade. So price will start pushing up, people want to go long, which is understandable. But okay, so let's say I want to be 20x and use $1,000, right? Well, if I enter, let's say if I enter a short right now, all right, I'm in a trade. I go into position, all right? Right now I'm up, what, $1 right now. If price continues down, I'm in profit. Price goes up, I'm at a loss. And you can see your liquidation price, or my liquidation price is, $132,920 because I have a substantial amount of money in here. But the problem with this is, well, now you don't have a take profit or a stop loss, so you're not protecting yourself. If price continues, so I'm short. So if price continues down, I'm making money. If price pushes up, I'm losing money. Now, if you're high leverage and using a lot of money, you probably want to have a stop loss put in place, because price could push up, come right back down. Price can swing really fast. So I think entering a trade without a stop loss or take profit, or at least without a stop loss, is very risky. So I'm going to close this trade. If you want to close trade, just come down here and click flash close. Close your trade. You're out of your trade. They do have a calculator. Now you can go over here to this calculator. You can enter your leverage, your open price, close price, your amount, which is great. But I would prefer if you've Now, I was trading on BitGet. Now, they had that feature where when you enter, this is SUSDT, this is demo mode. But you'd put in, what your leverage was, you'd put in cost, SUSDT, it's fake money, it's the same thing. But you could click on long. This is where you would be putting a long, a take profit and a stop loss, right? So, but it shows you, it says expected return 7 or 7%. So if with this trade, If I hit my take profit where I set it, I would make $8,490. Where I had my stop loss set at $30,231, well, if I got stopped out, I'd lose $269. It's nice to see that and have that on the screen so you know exactly before you enter your trade how much money you would make and how much money you would lose. If you're doing a short, you click on short, and then you could do the same thing. You set your take profit, your stop loss, and it will show you how much you can make if you hit your take profit point and how much if you hit your stop loss. So that is what coincatch will be adding. That will be live in October, and I will let you guys know that. And again, that's when I'll make the entire coincatch tutorial. Right now, if you click on take profit and stop loss, well, yes, you can enter. So if I put in, let's say, let's just do a long here. So I'm going to put in $1,000 at 20x. So again, so if I enter my take profit, so I'm going long, and remember guys, this is TradingView pretty much. And by the way, you can move these around if you want to move them out of the way, and you can basically all of these panels you can just move where you want them. So you can move this like that. You could actually take this and bring it over here. You can move them wherever you want. So just keep that in mind. You can pretty much adjust this. These are just limit orders. But just want to show you, so if I enter a trade right now, this is market, so it's going to open at whatever price currently is. So if I go take profit, if I tick on take profit and stop loss, before it enters the trade, it's already going to have my take profit stop loss, which is a safer way to trade. But if you're chasing a trade, you're not exactly sure where you want it because the price starts moving quick, you want to jump in quick. So what I like to do is just do a horizontal line and say, look, well, I know our previous high up here is around, what, $7,390. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put take profit at, let's just do a little less. So we'll do $73,800. Stop loss. Well, let's just put our stop loss at 61,700. So we'll do 61,700. And now if I go sell short, right? Actually, so we're going long, 72,800. So if I go buy long, it'll tell you what price is, the amount, your margin. All right, so I hit confirm. Right now I'm in my trade, and you can see this is where I entered right here at 65,732. And you can see my take profit is up here at 73,800, and my take profit is down here at 61. I'm sorry, my stop loss is at 61,700. The only thing is you can't move these. They're stuck in place. Now, if you want to, now I've requested that they make it to where these can be, you can actually just select it with your mouse and drag it, so we can actually move these. So right now, if you want to actually have where you can actually move these, and you could go ahead and hit the X and close these anytime you want. But if you come down below here, you'll notice you'll have open orders, order history, all of this. So enter position, and this is important, guys. Right down here it says position, take profit, stop loss. Just go down here, click on that. It'll give you some information here, hit you understand. And this is where you can actually type it in. So notice I have my take profit is 73,800. So take profit, 73,800. Now it does tell you your percent, expected rate of return when the price is 73,800. It does tell you you'll 245%, so you will make 245% profit. Stop loss. So my stop loss I have at 61,700. So we put 61,700. You're going to lose 123%. If you hit confirm, and then it's just making sure everything's correct, and you can have no longer prompted if you want. If I hit confirm, okay, well now you can see I have two. I can drag this one and I can drag this one. So what I can do is just close this and close this, and now I have all. So now I can drag this to where I want. So if price is pushing up and I want to stay in, I can just drag my take profit up here, and as soon as it makes contact with this point, I'll take profit. Now I can drag my stop loss. So my request to coincatch is when you enter a trade with your take profit and stop loss, the ones that originally pop up will automatically, well, you can actually drag them. Now I will tell you, I do like using market. So when you click under here, notice it says market price. The reason I like market price is because I know for a fact it will trigger. Now limits and market price might be a little cheaper, but guys, I always do market price. Even though it's more expensive, I know for a fact market price will trigger. I'm not saying that market price won't. Just across all exchanges, guys, I just trust market price. If you want to close your position, you can click flash close. Now this is a long, so how this works is systemic cross. So right now my margin is, let's see, $976. So if I want to open another long, let's say that price is pushing up and I want to add to it, I could go in and just add. So take note, it says $976 down here. If I want to, I can add $500 to it. I don't even have to put in my take profit stop loss. As soon as I hit buy long, hit confirm, now you can see my margin is $1,462. So now I'm making more money or losing more money depending on which way this goes. But again, the feature that I'm requesting is that they will make it to where this is adjustable without having to go in and edit it manually. But I feel safer using market price. And if you want to flash close, just come over here, flash close, and you can close your trade. Now limit order, guys. Now a lot of people use limit, so how limit works would be, okay, well this is our resistance right here, something like this. So if you want to have a limit order, so let's say if price pushes above this point, which be careful guys, price could push up and then drop right back down. But let's say we want to set a limit order if price pushes up to 88,150. Okay, so we're under limit, so we'll do 68,150, 68,150, which means that when price hits this point, it will open a long. Cost, let's put in $1,000. And again, guys, I think it's smart to put in I would not enter any trades without using a stop loss and a take profit. It's up to you. You can enter your take profit and your stop loss after. So we'll go ahead and enter this limit order without using a take profit stop loss. So we'll just say when price hits this point, we'll go long. We'll go buy long. It shows your information. You hit confirm. Okay, hold on. Gotta figure out what happened here. So let's see, 68,150. Let's see here. Buy long. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Let's do this. 68,000. 68,000 cost value 1,000. Let's just go ahead and do take profit. So if price pushes up to 73,800, 73,800, that means I will take profit right here. It pushes up to this point. And stop loss, so if it drops down to 62,000, let's say right here, 62,300, it will stop me out. I'll be out of my trade. That's why it's good to have these lines on here to see what price is. So let's do 62,300. And again, this is a limit order, so we're going to go buy long, hit confirm. This is order filled, order price. Let's see, I have no open positions. Oh, this is pretty bad. I'm here trying to give you a little demo of this. So if I do market and I go 1,000 and buy long, okay, it went right in, and then you can see that these are locked in place. But I want to do a limit order, and for some reason it's giving me trouble here. So 65,717. So let's just get our limit order closer. So 67,000, 67,000, all right? So that means it would trigger at that point. Let's do a short, all right? So let's say if it hits 67,000, it'll trigger a short. Cost, we'll do $500. Let's see, take profit and stop loss. So we're going short, so we want to take profit down here at 52,000. All right, so right down here, say 52,000, that's where we want to take profit, right? So we'll make this green because that's where we take profit. And our stop loss will be, so we're in at 67,000. Let's set our stop loss at 68,700. So we'll do 68,700. All right, let me do sell short. Hit confirm. Okay, so that worked. So now you can see if price pushes up, and again, it won't show your stop loss. Now I have take profit and stop loss. It won't show your stop loss and your take profit until after you enter your trade. So if price pushes up and hits 67,000, right, it's going to trigger my short. And if price comes down, I'm in profit. And if you go under open orders down here, it'll show you, it shows you where your take profit and your stop loss is. And you can adjust all of this. You can change the price. Down here, you can edit all of this stuff. Most importantly, you can edit your take profit and your stop loss. If you want to cancel your order, just hit cancel. All right, done deal. But again, when you do that, in those stop loss and take profits, when those pop up, you will not be able to edit them. You'll have to go in and manually. So if we do this again, actually I don't want to do this again, but basically once you enter your trade, just like if I'm under market and I set my stop loss take profit, let's see, so this would be a short, so let's do $500 and I go sell short, hit confirm. So you can see, like I said, when that limit order triggered, then you would see your take profit and your stop loss. But again, in order to adjust that and move it around, you need to go into position, you need to go down here, and you need to type in that information. Now, when they make that update, you'll be able to drag these without having to type it in manually. So I did want to cover that. One other thing, guys, limit orders. So the problem with limit orders is, so if you're under a limit and you put a price, so let's say you want price to trigger at a certain point. So if I want price to trigger at, let's say, 67,000, right? The thing is, if price pushes up very fast, it might not trigger. Now this happens across all exchanges. So if price is just kind of moving along slow and it hits that number, it's going to trigger. But again, if price just shoots up really quick, it might not hit. People have mentioned on different exchanges their limit orders do not trigger. Same if you have a limit down below. If price drops really fast, it might not trigger. So if I want to make sure, like if I have a point where I definitely want to enter a trade, I don't use a limit. What I do is, if you go over here to where it says right here, you'll see limit market. Right here it says trailing stop loss. I'd use trigger. And the reason I do this is because you can do a market order. So if I want to have my long or short or whatever, let's say open at, let's say I want it to start at 68,000. So what I would do is I would put my trigger price at 68,000. So that means that when price gets to this point, it's going to trigger. But I want to execute. Rather than putting a price, I'm going to do market order. So this means I know for a fact it might trigger a little sooner, a little later, but I know for a fact no matter how fast price pushes up, it is going to trigger because it's using market price. So again, you put in how much you want to put into your trade. You set your take profit stop loss for this one. I'm not going to put a take profit or stop loss. I'm just going to do sell short. Hit confirm, and now you can see if I go into open orders, let's see here. Where's my, let's see here, open orders. Okay, so under open orders, you got limit order trailing, so you go under trigger order, and this is where your trigger order is. So again, I use trigger orders, whether you're longing or shorting, when you want to have a point you want to enter trade. I've never had a trigger order not trigger using market price. It's a little bit more expensive when you do market order, but I know for a fact it will trigger. That is why I use that. Now let's say that you want to go in and set your take profit stop loss. All you do is just click here and then you can type in. So if you want, this is a short, so if you want your stop loss at 70,000, you would put in 70,000. Take profits, a short. I want to make money. Let's say I want to hit 52,000. So stop loss, so take profit, confusing myself here. So I'm shorting, so it would trigger at 68K. So since this is a short, you don't want your stop just above that. So your stop loss would be potentially, I don't know, 68,500. So 68,500. Take profit, we're shorting, so we can do take profit down at 51,800 or wherever you want it to be. Then you do that, and now you have your take profit stop loss. But as I said, once that trade triggers, those stop loss, your stop loss and take profit will be, you won't be able to edit them until you go back and when you have an open position, then you can go in and you can actually click on edit take profit stop loss, and then you can drag them on the screen. If you go into open orders, go into trigger order, you can just cancel that. So just wanted to show you those features. So again, whenever I have a point where, when price pushes up to, and I want to make sure that that triggers, I prefer to use trigger and market order. You can use limit. Limit is cheaper, but sometimes they don't trigger. So that's just want to cover that. And as I said, again, they will be making it so when you actually, this is a feature that I told them was the most important thing to me. I want to know exactly how much I'm going to make, how much I'm going to lose. So when you go under, when you're going to go under take profit stop loss, you'll be able to choose short or long, and it'll give you just this. So if you click on long, and you have all your information set, it's going to show you exactly how much money you'll make if it hits your take profit, and it'll show you how much you'll lose if it hits your stop loss. If you click on short, it'll be the other way around, but it'll show you how much you'll make. So that is the most important feature I want them to add, and once they do add that, I will make that entire coincatch video. But remember, I will add some trading techniques and some different ways to trade. I did want to show you how you can do a long hedge, or so let's say if you're already in a short and you want to do a long hedge. It's just kind of a way to keep you in the trade. Now obviously if you enter two trades, there's a trading fee to enter that trade. I did want to show you that really quick. So let's say, and this is a good thing about cross if you have money in your account. So let's say right now, let me get rid of these lines. So let's say that if you double click this, just like TradingView, it gets rid of the volume down below. So let's say that I am in a short right now, all right? So let's just do markets. That's going to enter at my current price. So let's say that I am in a short, all right? So we're going to do $1,000, and I'm going to short from right where we're resistance, all right? Typically you have short resistance. I'm not even going to put a take profit or stop loss. I'm just going to go sell short. So I'm at 20x, $1,000. I go sell short, hit confirm. Okay, so now I'm in a short. You see position. I'm in a short right now. I'm in profit. What? All right, now I'm at negative $1. Obviously, the more leverage, more margin you put in, the more you can lose, the more you can make. So I'm in a short. So it's a possibility price could push up, all right? And if you have a stop loss, it's going to push up. It's going to stop you out. You're going to be out of your trade. Then price drops. You would have made money if you didn't get stopped out. So another option, and this is something that I do often, but if you do this, if you're doing hedges, I would always be at your computer or on your phone and be watching it, because if it could stop you out, then go the other way, and then you're in trouble. But this is just one technique to play. So I'm short from resistance, but let's say they do a scam wick, like right here. You can see there's a scam wick. It pushed up, stop people out, and then drop. So one thing you could do, you could do this. So now that I have, by the way, if you're in this, if you hit Control Z is undo, and I think Control X is, well, Control Z is undo. So if you do something, you want to get rid of it, you can delete it, hit Control Z on your keyboard on the PC. So I'm in a short right now. So I want to make sure that if price pushes up, I don't want to get stopped out, but I also don't want to lose money. So what I could do is I could go over here to trigger, right? Go to trigger, and let me add another line here. Let's add a line right here. So let's say price pushes above this point, and let's just make this a little thicker so you can see it. So what I want to do is, if price pushes up to this point, I want to have it to where it will trigger a long. using the exact same margin and same leverage. So what I will do is at 60, let's see right here. So this would be, let's just do 67,500. Okay, so we go 67,500, right? And then execute price, market order, again, so it'll be close to that point. Cost value, so the last one I did $1,000, so we'll do $1,000. And now I can go, and again, I'm under trigger, so 67,500, if it gets to that point, it will trigger. You could have it closer, guys. I'm just showing you how this works. So 67,500, let's say, pushes up to that point. What will happen is as soon as it hits that point, it's going to open a long. So I'll have a long open and a short open, which means if it hits this point, it opens my long. So that way I'm not losing money on my short because price pushed up above that point. Well, what you could do, since you have that trigger, you could set a stop loss below this point. This way, if price pushes up and let's say hits, let's just make that $67,000. So we'll go 67,000 right here. So that means it'll trigger if it hits that point. Now we could do our take profit stop loss. So all that matters to me is a stop loss. So if price pushes up, it's going to trigger that long. So if price continues pushing up, you're not making or losing any money. Doesn't matter how far it pushes up. But that's just it. You're not making money, you're not losing money. The point of trading is to make money. So if I'm wrong about this and they wick up to stop people out and then price comes back down, well, what I could do is set a stop loss down here. So let's set a stop loss at 64,800. Remember, first one is take profit, stop loss is over here. So if we do horizontal line here, so price pushes above this point, I'm in a hedge. So I'm not losing or making money, but I'm still in my trade. So right here, we'll have a stop loss. So the stop loss will be 64,500. So we'll do stop loss 64,500. And then we'll do a sell. Okay, so we're already in a short, so we're going to do buy long, all right? So now you can see, I guess you have to do a take profit. So we're going to go ahead and put something really high up here, and we'll just make it 84,000. And then we're going to go buy long. All right, and then it gives you all information, hit confirm. So now you can see I have an order, right? So now if price pushes up to 67,000, right, I get a trigger. So if price pushes up to 67,000, right, to wick people out, stop them out, all it's going to do is it's going to open a hedge. So that means once price hits this point and continues up, and while I did enter a trade, there's a fee for that trade, I am not losing money as far as it pushes up. Doesn't matter. So if you give a scan like all the way up, my trade's kind of frozen. But then when price comes back down and hits this point, that will close my hedge long, and then I can ride my short down. The only thing is make sure you're paying attention to the charts, because price could push up, come back down, stop you out, and then continue up. I'm just saying there's different ways you can trade. Another way, by the way, you can cancel that order if you want, go into position, you can flash close your trade anytime you want. Another way to do it, if you're not too sure about your entry, getting an entry is hard sometimes. So what you could do is, if I wanted to go ahead and open a short right now, I'm not sure if this is going to hold this resistance level. What you could do is pick your leverage, stick with the leverage you choose. I'm at 20x. So if I wanted to, I could enter $200. I'm not going to put a take profit or stop loss, hit sell short, all right, hit confirm. So now I'm in my position, all right, so if price continues to drop, I'll make money, albeit I'll be making less money because I don't have that much margin. But then let's say price drops to, price drops all the way down to 57,400. Well, if I put $200 into this trade, well, now if I want to double that, right, so I put $200 more into that trade, and I go sell short, right, now I have $400 in that trade. So if price was down here, that means, so if you entered your trade here originally, price is down here, and you doubled your margin, that's going to put your break even right here. So that's one way to enter your trade. Use less margin if you're not so sure about it, and as price comes down, you can just continue adding margin to your trade. And then obviously, like I said, you can come down here, and then this is where you can enter your take profit and your stop loss. So I'm in a short, so you know, you could put any number and then adjust it. That's a great thing once you type it in. So take profit, since I'm in a short, let's just put a random number. Let's just put 52,000. Stop loss, let's just put it up here at 66,000. And this way I have it in here, and now I can just drag this where I want it. Just pull it up. So now my stop loss is up here, 67,525. And again, you can move your take profit. But again, those are the features I use. Again, when coincatch makes these changes, I will make that full tutorial. Again, the first part will be setting up an account. Remember, if you use an email address, you can have multiple accounts or no KYC. The second part of the tutorial will be covering all of this, how to use these different features. You know, take your stop loss, take profit. You'll be able to calculate how much you can make, how much you can lose, and then, you know, some of the other features they have. And then the third part of that tutorial will be trading techniques, how to use parallel channels, fib channels, you know, and play patterns. So that will be the whole tutorial. I did want to cover this really quick, just how coincatch works. I love their platform. I just want them to add those new features, which they said they will. So I will keep you posted on that, guys. But again, if you want to sign up for coincatch, that link is pinned in the first comment description. Remember, no KYC. And guys, if you want to sign up, get access to charts and Discord. The website's optricrypto.com. Again, links pinned in the first comment description. Make sure you contact me through the contact page if you want to pay with USDT. And if you did sign up and you want access to Discord, you need to contact me via email so I can send you a Discord invite link. But guys, that's pretty much it. And just remember, guys, if you are trading on coincatch, it does not hurt to just, again, practice. Just go up here and just click on USDT Futures demo. All right, just play around. They gave you $3,000 to play with. If you run out, you can request more. You know, play around with the platform, create an account, get used to it, see how much you can make, how much you can lose, understand how the tools work. But they will be updating their platform, which I'm excited about, and I will be sharing that with you guys in that tutorial. But so far, guys, again, just remember, like I said, I will be shorting 66K. I'm waiting to see if we come up and test it, or if we get a daily open below 65,500. Again, those are the key levels. But as I said, guys, if we are above this orange line right here, I am bullish, and that means that will become support. All we have to do is break above our macro resistance for this pattern we're in. Again, this is our resistance, all right? So once we get above this point and we are above this orange trend line, I am bullish for more upside, but I think the safer play right now is to short this point. Sorry this ran so long, guys, but this was to cover, you know, why I think it's important that this would be an area to short. If we get above, go long, and I did want to cover coincatch briefly. Guys, that's pretty much it. If you don't mind leaving a like, I would appreciate it. And if you want to go ahead and subscribe so you're notified of my future videos, go ahead. That's it, guys. I'm out. Stay safe, stay smart.